Hi guys, Trevor Miller here from Buzz Cameras. We're here in London and we're on the tail end of Hurricane Gonzalo. At the moment we've got winds gusting up to 23 kilometers an hour. That is pretty strong, and I just wanted to test how the Phantom is going to operate in this weather, if it's going to be able to control its GPS lock. So let's see what happens when we try to fly the Phantom in wind speeds of, at the moment we're going up to 18-20 kilometers an hour, okay? Here we go, we're going to see what happens. We're not going to fly high, we're just going to keep it at a kind of a level distance. Right now we're on GPS lock, and you can see that the Phantom is actually struggling quite hard to keep control of itself. I'm going to tell it to face the camera. Here we go. This is now in GPS lock mode, guys. I'm not doing anything on the controls. Film the camera if you can. There we are. Wind speeds of 10 knots. I'm just giving it a bit of up there. I've done it to crash into the floor. That's wind speeds up to 17 knots at the moment. And as you can see, she's fighting quite hard. 24 knots, 16 knots, and she's holding pretty good position. I don't know if you can hear this, but she's absolutely struggling to stay where she is, but she's holding her position really, really well. There we are, 24, 26 knots there. The height is good. She's not deviating too much. 25 knots. And she's got quite a tilt on her while she tries to maintain her level. I'm just going to bring her back in front of me. There you go, guys. I'm just giving her a bit of input on the sticks there, just to bring it in front of the camera for you. And as you can see right now, she's holding a fairly stable, probably within about 6 feet diameter. She's holding her position. Bringing her back down. I'm giving her some input now just to bring her back down to about 6 feet off the ground. The wind is picking up again now, but she's holding quite well. We're looking at 8, 9, 10 knots now. She's holding her position really well. This is just a test for you to see how she's coping in really windy conditions. So right now, guys, the wind is picking up again. The wind is taking her up. We're 24, 22 knots, 20, 21 knots. But she's trying to hold her GPS lock. She's trying to hold her position. I've got no input at all going on here. This is purely the software holding her in position and trying to keep her stable. I'm going to give her a slight bit of input just to face the camera. There you go. And as you can see, she's holding her position quite well. I don't recommend that you try this yourself. You could possibly lose your Phantom. This is, like I say, the tail end of Hurricane Gonzalo that's hitting the UK right now. For us, this is quite severe weather conditions. The wind is really blowing hard. And as you can see, the gimbal is holding absolutely rock steady position no matter what's going on. The camera footage is really, really steady. I'm not going to attempt to fly around too much. I just wanted to see how she would hold her position in this wind. We've been flying now for 3 minutes. I'm going to go for another 2 minutes just to see what happens. Wait for a bit more wind to go in. I'm giving her a bit more input just to lift off the ground a little bit there. And right now, as you can see, I'm not doing any input whatsoever. This is just the software holding its GPS lock. The wind is actually taking her up a little bit higher than I want, but she's going up. As you can see, I'm not doing anything. Our horizontal position, she's holding quite well, and she's coming back down to the altitude that she was left at. Okay, I'm going to just give her a little bit of down input now to bring her back down. And I'm going to give her a little bit of input to bring her back down for a safe landing. Actually, I'm going to wait a second because the wind's coming up a little bit. Giving a bit of right input to bring her back in front of the camera. We had a bit of a strong gust there. She's trying hard to hold her position. I'm giving her some input here to bring her back in front of the camera. There you go. And now I'm going to bring her down for a nice landing. And that's how the Phantom actually manages to cope with severe winds on the tail end of Hurricane Gonzalo. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a very short demonstration to show you how stable the Phantom 2 is in severe weather condition. Thanks a lot for watching.